Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive with us. Today we are going to be diving deep into DMT.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, so that's N-Dimethyltryptamine for those keeping track at home.
Right.
And this one is really, really interesting. I've heard a lot about it.
It is.
And I've heard a lot of different things about it. So I'm really excited to kind of get into it.
Yeah, it's one of those compounds that has sort of risen in popularity and awareness, I think, over the last, 5-10 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with all the celebrity endorsements.
Joe Rogan and
all
that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that more and more people are aware of.
Yeah, for sure. So let's just get right into it. What is this thing?
Well, it's a naturally occurring psychedelic compound.
Okay.
And that's one of the things that makes it so interesting. It's produced by a variety of plants. And get this, it's even found in trace amounts in the human body.
What? In us?
Yeah, it's pretty wild, right?
That is wild. So what's it doing in there? What's the purpose?
That is the million-dollar question. And honestly, we don't have a definitive answer yet. There's a lot of speculation. Some researchers believe it might be connected to dreaming. Others think it could play a role in near-death experiences. Some even go so far as to suggest it's linked to the very nature of consciousness itself.
Whoa. Okay, so right off the bat, we've got big mysteries on our hands. But, is there anything we know for sure about what happens when someone actually takes it? What's the DMT experience like?
Well, buckle up, because it's quite a ride. People describe incredibly vivid and often very overwhelming hallucinations. We're talking otherworldly landscapes encounters with strange beings.
Right.
Just a complete shift in how you perceive reality. And it goes beyond just the visuals, too. There's often a sense of profound introspection, feelings of unity with the universe, even reports of spiritual awakenings.
So it sounds pretty intense. Is that kind of the point of a psychedelic to shake things up and make you see the world differently?
That's a big part of it, yeah. But it's super important to remember that these experiences are extremely subjective. What one person encounters during a DMT trip could be completely different from someone else's experience.
So it's no two trips are the same.
Exactly, like a psychedelic fingerprint.
I like that. Okay, so we've talked about the subjective experience, but how does this stuff actually work in the brain? What's the science behind the trip?
All right, so think of it like this. Your brain uses neurotransmitters. These are chemical messengers that send signals between neurons.
Right.
DMT comes in and basically disrupts that whole system. It specifically targets a certain type of serotonin receptor called the 5-HT2A receptor. Think of it like a docking station for those neurotransmitters.
Okay, so it's messing with serotonin, the feel-good chemical.
Exactly. And because these receptors play a huge role in how we perceive things, our mood, how we process information, when DMT floods them, it creates a whole cascade of effects, leading to those altered states of consciousness and the crazy visuals people describe.
So it's like DMT is hitting the remix button on our brain's normal operating system. No wonder things get so weird.
Pretty much.
Okay, so let's switch gears a bit and talk about the legal side of things. Because obviously DMT isn't something you can just buy at the store.
Definitely not. In the United States, it's classified as a Schedule A drug, which basically means it's considered to have a high potential for abuse and currently no accepted medical use.
Okay, so then why are researchers so interested in it if it's illegal and potentially dangerous?
That's where things get really fascinating. Despite the strict legal status, there's actually a growing body of research exploring DMT's potential therapeutic benefits. Early studies suggest that it could be useful in treating conditions like depression, anxiety, even helping with emotional healing and self-discovery.
So maybe DMT isn't just about the wild trip, but could also have some real healing potential.
It's definitely a possibility. But it's crucial to remember that we're still in the early stages of research. We need more rigorous studies to fully understand both the long-term effects and how to ensure its safe and responsible use. There are a lot of ethical considerations, too, as with any powerful mind-altering substance.
Right, of course. It's like this balancing act, acknowledging the risks while also exploring the potential benefits. It seems like we're really just scratching the surface of understanding DMT's true potential.
Absolutely. And that's what makes it so captivating, considering its natural presence in our bodies. And all this ongoing research, how will our understanding of DMT and maybe even consciousness itself evolve in the future?
That is a very good question.
That's a big one.
And honestly, I'm sure it's a question that a lot of our listeners are thinking about too.
Probably.
So thank you so much for taking us on this journey into the world of DMT. It's been super fascinating.
My pleasure.
And for everyone listening out there, keep those questions coming. Until next time. Stay curious. Bye.